Hey guys, Wild Tyler here, and I'm back with another PS3 pickups video. Have a really large stack of PS3 games since the last time I did one, so try not to make this video too terribly long. I literally just did an Xbox video that was like 30 minutes long, so it's a thing I need to work on, but I'm long-winded, passionate about games, and I ramble a lot, so buckle up for this next one. My cats are trying to fight right under me. Yeah, so let's get to this. Alright. First game up on the stack, and these are all complete games. Normally I have a few, that are like the incomplete, just the disc, but these are all complete, so. Alright, first up is Clive Barker's Jericho. And this is an alright game. Yeah, I think it averaged, sixes when it came out, which is about what I would give it. It's not the greatest first-person shooter ever, but it's a very interesting premise. You basically play a special forces unit that is trained in arcane arts, or magic, if you will, and conventional warfare, which I read that part on the back of the box. But yeah, you basically play a commando squad of badasses sent out into the Middle East, and they call it the Jericho team. And you're supposed to basically stop the apocalypse. And you battle, you can probably see on the back, you battle a lot of, creepy looking monsters and stuff. And it's alright. It's been a while since I played it. Probably since it came out, honestly. But, yeah, it's Clive Barker, man. So it's a lot of freaky monster designs. The story's alright. My camera got pushed off a little bit. But yeah, and this is a complete one. Little water damage on the inside of the case that you can see. But I bought it for $3. I'm not going to complain all that much. Comes with the original book, which I'm real big on instruction booklets. Comes with a PlayStation 3 Codemasters book. Wonder what's in that. Also, it just shows the first dirt heist, if anyone remembers that game. Clive Barker's Jericho is the first page. Turning Point, Fall of Liberty, which that game wasn't that great. Nazis invade America in that one. Heist. I don't even think that game came out, honestly. So I remember it being in a lot of like the PlayStation magazines and stuff like that, but like I said, I don't believe it came out. What else is in this book? See, this is the fun stuff we get into on my videos. Rise of the Argonauts. I actually played that game not that long ago, and it is, it's something else. It has like the dialogue tree that Mass Effect has, and it kind of has, the different choices you can do. Oh, but man, that game is kind of, didn't age all that well. The first Dirt, we all have played Dirt by now, at least one of them. It's on the last page. Flashpoint 2 Dragon Rising. Yes, I don't think they called it Flashpoint 2 when it finally came out, though. I think they just called it Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising. And I do own that game somewhere on this shelf or in my big book of gaming, which, break that out at some point for you guys. Alright, and then this is, still has the insert for the register for your free bonus code or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, this game, basically a B-list horror shooter, and I'm always down for that because it reminds me of the Fear games. Fear is a few notches above this one though. But yeah, just really cool. Shooting's probably so-so from what I remember, but the story and the setting are really interesting. So yeah, and going with that theme of mediocre first-person shooters, Haze. This was the equivalent of what Cyberpunk is now. I'm pretty sure this game tanked that company too, Free Radical. I could be wrong on that, but I just remember this game being hyped as hell at that E3. Yeah, like a perfect disc. A lot of fingerprint smudges on it. It being hyped as hell going into that E3, and then it coming out, and it being, you know, a doo-doo game. Like, the AI wasn't that great. There's a Vegas 2 ad on the back. That is a good shooter. This, not so much. But I bought it because a lot of these games, I'll admit, I've not played since I was, you know, when they first came out, I was younger. I'm 28. And this came out, what, 2007? 2008? Yeah, 2008. So, what, 14 years ago? So I was 14 when it came out. So, yeah, revisiting them now as a, you know, almost 30-year-old adult is way different than when I played them when I was 14, because I was into way different styles of games back then. But now I can appreciate games that have, you know, a little less polish as long as they're fun and stuff. This is tough sell. Tough sell. We'll put it that way. Yeah, there's the back. Remember, Korn did a song for this game, too. They did, like, a song and a video and some, you know, crazy nonsense like that. But, yeah, I'm not even going to delve too much more into Haze. You can look it up. Controversial, really, you know, impressed at E3. And then the actual game came out, and it was very, very crappy. Yeah. And while we're on that theme, here's a game, again, very much like the Cyberpunk thing. E3 really, you know, knocked everyone's socks off, and then it came out, and it was a turd. I still like it, though, because it's Aliens, and it is Aliens Colonial Marines. This game, man oh man, did Gearbox and Randy Pitchford get a lot of crap about this one, and rightfully so. Because that E3 trailer for it came out. It's what I'm currently playing on my PS3 right now, too. That E3 trailer came out, and super graphically impressive. Even if you look at it now, knowing that it was, you know, for that time, the graphics are just like, you know, holy crap. And then it came out and looked nothing like that. And the AI for the aliens was horrible, terrible, atrocious. Every kind of word you want to use for it being crappy. And the story was, you know, why? But it's Aliens. I like the Alien franchise, so it's worth playing it. My cat is yelling at me. Yeah, that's about all I can say about that. E3 trailer looked good. Game not so much. Very much like Haze, and impressed early on. Didn't deliver. I still like this one, though, because I have a sweet spot for the Aliens franchise. I hold it near and dear to me. So, yeah. If you want a sci-fi game that is good on the PS3, though, Space Marines. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. It's actually a really good... It's like a third-person shooter mixed with hack and slash a little bit. Really, really good. Really fun. Really gory. I could literally go on and on about Space Marine. Beat it on the 360. Liked it so much. Bought it at a gaming store that was closing down. So I think I got it 50% off when I bought it. So it was not even $3. It was $1.50, which for this game, remarkable price. And you don't really have to know too much about Warhammer or Space Marines or anything to get enjoyment out of this. They give you enough, you know, to get you going in the story. So, because Warhammer 40,000 is a very daunting universe. I almost said galaxy. Universe to get into. The books are really good. I can suggest people where to start on the books if they want to start on the books. I don't play the board game. But, yeah. I had online play. I never got into the online because I didn't know anyone that played it. There's the back of the box. So, yeah. Good sci-fi game. Good hack and slash. Good shooter. Goofy as hell in terms of, you know, kicking enemies. Like, chainsawing them with your freaking sword. Like, just shooting them and blowing them up and stuff. Makes you feel like a total badass. Like a... Space Marine. So yeah, really good game. Really, really like that one. Recommend it to everyone, especially since you can get it cheap. It's always, you know, super cheap on Steam too all the time, so yeah. Alright, another... Oh man, I put 2 games in one case. I got a bad habit of doing that sometimes. Another good, cheesy first-person shooter. Time Shift. I'm a sucker for first-person and third-person shooters that are little, you know, lacking in the polish department, but have interesting premises. And it has a book. Oh, in fact, there's an insert for another good shooter on there too, like Fear. We were just talking about Fear. I guess it's got a reversible cover. Nothing super crazy. But yeah, Time Shift is a really good, you know, timey-wimey game. Good first-person shooter. There's the back of it. Very interesting sci-fi story. It's very Terminator-esque in terms of how they do the present, or I guess it would be the future. So it's really awesome. Really, really good for, you know, a lower budget shooter. It's not a Call of Duty or anything like that, but really good. Really like it. Another one that you can get dirt cheap. So yeah. And it's on the 360 as well. Alright, the next 2 games got at that same gaming store closing down, so I get both of them for $10. They're on Game Pass, and I kind of forgot about that, but hey, I bought them. I plan on playing through them at some point, and that is Kingdom Hearts Remaster 1, what do they call it, 1.5, and then 2.5. So I beat Kingdom Hearts 3. Never really bothered with the in-between games. I beat Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. Played a little bit of Chain of Memories. Know nothing about the rest of them. Story was super hard to follow at points in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was doing a lot of the... Who is that? Who is that? My cats are fighting. Go! Stop! You a-holes. Now he's fighting the freaking curtain. Anyway, there's a lot of head-scratching moments where you think about... Cats are weird sometimes, people. There's a lot of head-scratching moments where you're like, you know, who is that character? What are they to the story? What are they to, you know, Sora and the main trio? But overall, I like this Kingdom Hearts series, mostly because it's, you know, Disney, and it's more of a lighthearted, you know, kind of like the older Final Fantasies, more of a lighthearted jaunt through these worlds and role-playing mechanics. There's the back of 1.5. There's the back of 2.5. But yeah, they still hold up really well. Still fun to play. There's like a million different ways you can play these games now. They're on Game Pass. They're on PS4, Xbox. All of them are. I want to say they're all on PC as well at this point, but I'm not positive. But yeah, they're worth playing now. They hold up really well, especially if you like Disney stuff. You like Square Enix stuff and Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah. Alright, next one up is Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. PS3 launch title. There's the back of the case. Really good game. To me, it's still fun. I still like playing it. It's a very colorful game, even for its time. The color spectrum in it kind of reminds me of Kingdoms of Amalur. And I'm not just saying that because it's, you know, like a fantasy game. It's very, very bright. The greens really pop out at you. The grass is a very, you know, bright, almost like Easter grass green, like you'd get in your Easter basket. Yeah, it's one of those series. I say this about a lot of games. Always do and always will. It's one of those series I wish they would do a next-gen version of it. There's only 3 of these. And the first 2 are on the PSP. And they're good PSP games. So, you know, if you have a PSP, play at least the second one. The first one's alright. The first one is the one I thought I was buying. I'll show you real quick. Thought I was buying. And, look what game was in the case instead. X-Men Legends 2. Not a bad game, mind you. Still worth playing. Not the game I wanted, though. And then they gave it to me in a crappy... The case is broken, so I'm going to have to go onto Amazon and order me some of those third-party... Because you can get just a clear case. It does not have the white border, and it's a snap case. There's the cover, by the way. And I bought this from Vintage Stock, for the record, and that is the second time they've done that on a PSP game to me. The other game was, I bought MLB The Show 08, and they gave me MLB 2K8 in the case, which, you know, bad trade-off there. And since I went to the one that was in Joplin, Missouri, which is, you know, the big Vintage Stock, didn't want to go up there just to take it back, so... just dealt with it. That one, I can get it at Game Exchange, where I get a lot of my other games for 99 cents. So, yeah. I'll keep that just for the case, and I'll get the 99-cent one that is just the game. So, it's not a big deal. Still an annoyance, though. Anyway, really wish they bring the series back. At least play the second one on PSP if you don't want to play the PS3 version of it. PS3 version of it is just fine. Still plays well. Combat holds up. It is your typical... like beat 'em up / hack and slash style, you know, fantasy game. You level up, you have abilities, you get better gear, better weapons, you can play with other people. Don't know if it has split screen or not. Yeah, it says 1 to 2 players, so yeah, it probably has split screen then. Because something tells me... yeah, so you can play couch co-op on it. Anyway, so something tells me the online servers are not still up for this, so you may be playing split screen if you want to play with people, but it was worth it for $10 in my opinion. Decent game. Don't want to say it holds up entirely 100%, but like I said, it's still fun to go back and play. Alright, next game up, controversial for the time it came out, Mercenaries II. It was the big sequel to the first Mercenaries, which was a terrific game and still is a terrific game that can be had for super cheap. And this one was controversial because the Venezuelan government, when this game came out, accused it of being, you know, U.S. propaganda and a whole bunch of stuff like that. I remember it being a big issue with Obama. Yeah, it's got a book, not a very thick book. My cats are fighting. Again. But yeah, I remember it being very controversial. Laid the groundwork for Just Cause games that we have now, in my opinion. Because the first Just Cause was not the greatest game in the world. You kind of see where they were going with it. And then Just Cause 2 and 3 really built upon the first Just Cause and games like Mercenaries and Mercenaries 2. Trying to think of what year this came out. 2008, I want to say. Yeah, 2008 copyright trademark. So, when did Just Cause 2 come out? 2010 maybe? 2011? So yeah, they probably got some influence from this just in terms of, you know, some of the stuff. Because it's very... you can kind of see the DNA a little bit of the Just Cause, you know, 2 and 3, like I said, in this one. So yeah, this one... wasn't that great when it came out. Still not that great. Again, I can stomach stuff like this a little bit better than when I was, you know, 14 or whenever these games came out. Could have been younger on some of them. But, yeah. Still, it's so-so. I still find enjoyment out of it for the $3 I paid for it. So, alright, next up. Bought it for $1. Never regret buying this game. I think I have the third one and this one now, and it still came with the original PlayStation 3 insert. That's the old style, like Spider-Man-esque PlayStation logo they had. PlayStation Underground insert. Hell yeah, let's fill it out and send it in, shall we? Anyway, it is the first Resistance Fall of Man. Bought it for 99 cents. Well worth it. Really good launch title. Again, another franchise I really, really wish they would bring back. Even if it's just like a remaster of 1 through 3. Just bring this franchise back, Sony, if you're listening. Or Insomniac, tell Sony, you know, slap them across the face if you have to, and just tell them to bring this franchise back in some capacity to the PS5. Like, that would... I would buy Sony over Microsoft. Okay, let's not go that far. I would buy 2 PS5s if they brought it back. How about that? I would buy 2. If I can even find 1, I'll buy 1. But I would buy 2 if they brought this game series back. There's the back of the box. Just like it so much. Resistance. And it was one of those game series that got better as it went on. Like, the second one was better than the first one, and the third one was better than the second one. Oh, look, it has a reversible sleeve. Did not notice that. There's a PSP one, and then there is one on the Vita. The one on the Vita is not bad. I don't think I played the PSP one, so... I'll actually have to check that out because I have a PSP. The Vita one is not terrible for a Vita game. Alright. Next up is Operation Flashpoint Red River. The second one they released on the PS3 and the 360. There was an original Operation Flashpoint that was on the original Xbox and PC. There's a better look at the back. And it was, you know, a very realistic military sim. Arma kind of, you know, was an offshoot of that we have now, is Arma and Arma 3 and all that. Then Dragon Rising came out. It was alright. It was realistic enough, but it still was, you know, you could get shot a bunch and not die. This one kind of threw the realism out the window a little bit more. And made it more like a Call of Duty perfect disc, like no scratches or anything. Made it more like a Call of Duty. Still a fun game, though. It's, you know, typical standard military shooter, so kind of expect that going into it, though. Not a bad game. Not a bad game. I played it a lot on the 360. Bought it on the PS3 because, again, $3. I'm a sucker for when stuff gets cheap and it's like, I want to check that out again, or I want to play that again, and it's like, you know, if it's under $5-10, I'm usually just like, you know, shut up, here's my money. My cat's throwing my last game on the floor. Alright, and the last game I'm covering in this video, in my stack for now, is Heavenly Sword. Really, really, really good God of War inspired game. Look at that, someone put a fucking Sharpie marker on the top of that. Never noticed that when I bought it. Or I would have told him to give me a different disc. Oh well. No smudges on this one. Anyway, good God of War inspired game done by Ninja Theory. They've done Hellblade. They're doing Hellblade 2. They did Enslaved Odyssey to the West. They did the Devil May Cry reboot, sidestep, offshoot, whatever you want to call it. And I actually like that game, so. But yeah, Heavenly Sword, really good. Andy Serkis plays the bad guy. There's the reversible sleeve for it. Pretty cool, man. Another one of those, like if they did a big poster of it, I would buy that. But Andy Serkis did the bad guy, motion captured him and everything. And really good performance. There's an anime that I can't remember if it's a whole retelling of Heavenly Sword. There's the back of the box. Can't remember if I showed it or not. But anyway, I don't know if the anime is a whole retelling of the game or not, but there is an anime, and it's pretty good. My wife has seen it and said it's good, so I believe her. But yeah, Heavenly Sword, good game. You can have it for cheap. I bought it for $5. Yeah. It's another one of those games you can beat in a weekend, but a game like that, like a good hack and slash game, a weekend is about fair. A weekend, maybe, you know, something you play throughout the week and then you beat it. And then you're done with it. Because that's kind of what the God of War 4 or the PS4 God of War, whatever you want to call it, was like to me. I took about maybe a week and a half to beat it. And yeah, it was really good. Well paced playing it that way. So yeah. Anyway, we made it to the end of the stack. I'm stroking my beard right now. Thank you for watching. If you watched the whole 20, it'll be over 25 by the time this is over, 25 plus minutes. Thank you. If you just skimmed through it, cool. If you liked it, like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback. As always, leave feedback. Follow me on Twitter. Wild T Reviews is my Twitter handle, so it'd be at Wild T Reviews. Thanks for watching. Be safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, take good care of yourselves, and just be excellent to each other. Be kind to one another, and follow me wherever you want to follow me, here, Twitter, whatever. I'll try to keep in touch with you guys. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thank you so much for whatever feedback you give. And hopefully you've been entertained a little bit, learned a little something. If not, hopefully it was just fun to watch some random dude go through some games he's bought. Anyway, take care, everyone.